Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast. Thank you for joining me. And as we discuss these topics, I'm always grateful that we start a discussion. I will be happy when we begin to make it a movement of fighting against what has been going on. Remember, I said this some time ago. I said, with the NAACP and other things, they teaching us always how to fight, but we just don't know how to win. Everything we do, man, could you imagine just waking up every morning just to fight? And that's what we've been doing. We don't even know how to get up. Let's say smell the roses and everything else. It's always so temporary, isn't it? It's always temporary. It's never ever, you know what I'm saying? Let me smell it for about a week or so. If I smell it, I can maybe smell it for about an hour, maybe a day, and then it's back to fighting. We have to get to the point, though, where we're not still fighting this fight, because that's what they want us to do. Now, thank you for joining me for on our episode of Let Us Agree to Disagree. Now, as y'all know, I always say, how long am I supposed to stay in the church? I will always wait for this answer. I will not move from this. I will always speak on this. And remember, when we talk about it, you are not allowed to use the Bible. We will go with common sense. And if you do use the Bible, I will use common sense. So, just so you know, it won't be unfair. Even Bishop, you can bring the Pope if you want, but we will use common sense. And you will say, oh my goodness, I will not get these years back now. And, you know, I still say vote for what? But now I say vote for what with a little bit of ammunition. Now, when I say vote for what, I always say, I said, what am I voting for? If I vote, okay, I go to the poll, I click the button or write it down or whatever, you know, the case may be, wherever you are. And then I just go home. And then I wait for maybe whoever won, if I voted for them, and to find out that I can't even tell them, you know, what to do anyway. I did this dumb process of, you know, giving them, you know, my approval. And then I find out my taxes are going up again to build something. Then I find out, see, it is something I remember when I was coming up in the 80s, they had what was called parliamentary procedure. And with that, you know, you had a certain, you know, things that you would do when you would open up. You would do the old business, then you do new business, and then you would, you know what, we need to get back to that. But I want our local and local and even White House people. There needs to be an accountability of, you know what, you're lying. We know you're lying, and we don't want to keep doing this. Stop telling me. I saw sorority this weekend. They were there registering people to vote, and I said, for what? I didn't want to stand there because, you know, college. I'm pretty sure we're so much smarter than you, sir. Please don't. And as I always say, there's no reason for me to talk to you, you know, about now. What I would tell you is whoever you vote for, just keep an eye on them. Stay in contact with me, and you'll find out that, okay, guess what? I mean, even though they said we'll do this and we promise you that, they're going to do the law and they're going to do the Constitution. They have to. They are not obligated to do what you're asking them to do. And that is the indoctrination. Do y'all understand? As we go this journey, we will find out there's so much indoctrination that we didn't even know. you're telling me that I am making a difference and I'm doing something and I'm doing, I guess it's like the census. If you say, maybe the census might be doing something. I don't know. They say you get this money or you get that money, whatever the case may be. And the orange one messed that up, tried to shut it off early and it got confusing. I don't know. We'll find out about that down the line. But it is something when you continue to keep telling me to vote and I keep finding reasons why I shouldn't. Now, with my ammunition, I give you this. Now you're telling me, okay, now it's been moved from 65 to 67. And maybe, just maybe, within the next year or two, we might have to wait till 70 to get the full benefit. Huh? Now, I said maybe, just maybe. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not giving no faith or hope in any of those liars, because all of this, remember, is for them. You understand what I'm saying? See, when we talk about government and stuff like that, like I told y'all, I keep an eye on how they continuously flip money, how they continuously bring money in, and people don't pay attention to that because they're too busy, looking at them and looking at the news, but going to the grocery store, getting your gas. Down here in the sorry-ass state of North Carolina, with the Republican laws, paying to have a vehicle, they continuously flip money. But we're sitting here, they tell you, oh, I don't have money. You just sit here and say, you've been taxing us so beautifully and lovely that y'all have so much money. But now all of a sudden you don't have money. We are not keeping up with them. I told you I hold them to where they are. And Republicans are liars. I shared on my Facebook about gerrymandering, and that wasn't here. That was, they do it in the South, okay? They do it in the South. They gerrymander. They do their best to keep, you know what I'm saying, Black people in that box and make sure that other things, and the part about it is, like I said, y'all, there are more white people than Black people. There are more white people than Black people in the majority of these states. I have not done from state to state, but I know in North Carolina there is. I know in Maryland there is. In other places, like you said, when the young man was showing in Atlanta, he was showing that it was Alabama. I think it was Alabama. I'm not sure, y'all. Go to my timeline. And he was saying, and it didn't even look like a shape. They had it so crazy looking that they just made it up. Now, when we talk about, like I said, voting and everything like that, and so many people, you have been doing it, like going to church your whole life, you don't even see that it doesn't even work for you. I always tell the story. There were some ladies in North Carolina, and they dressed real nice. I think they were the Sunday ladies, and they put on their Sunday best, and they went to one of their representatives in Raleigh. And he sit there and listened to them. They said their little spew or whatever the case may be. And when he came out, he said, "Thank you for coming," and whatever. And they walked away. And when he came back to the camera, he said, I've already made up my mind, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay on course. They were saying that wasn't the thing to do. They were trying to, and hey, guess what? At least he took his time to listen to them, huh? We are too busy still thinking that these lying bastards are the bomb, and they're going to be truthful to us. Do you really think that him putting Ketanji Brown in there did me, or anybody that does not go to court or does not ever see this lady in our whole lives, is just like I told you, she's a female Clarence Thomas. I don't care that you put her on the Supreme Court. That did these people no good. That did Black people no good. And he made the promise. But guess what? You know what he did? And he slick, and y'all didn't even notice it. No, he didn't raise our taxes. He just taxed everything else. Huh? Everything almost in our everyday average lives, that lying bastard sit right there and rolls on us, and he's blaming something else. And guess what? No, he didn't raise your taxes. Sure didn't, did he? But everything else in our everyday lives is high as hell, and we're having a problem maintaining, huh? What did he say? What did he say one time? Well, maybe, giving the stimulus. Understand this, y'all. Understand this. They are liars. They've been lying to us so long that we're sympathetic to their lies. They have been telling us for the longest time that everything that they've been doing has been right and it's in our favor, and that's a lie. And guess what? This is for Caucasian people too. Which ones? The ones that don't have a whole lot of money. But we don't talk about that. We too busy talking about black and white, black and white. When you looked at that movie, Judas and the Black Messiah, what happened? When the poor Caucasian people were having a meeting too. I said, I said, damn, they were having a meeting too? What they having a meeting for? And as soon as he walked in, they tried to run their mouth, and the guy that was leading them said, man, you just need to listen to what they're saying. And what happened? That's why they had to kill him. He had white people, he had Hispanic, he had everybody up there saying, you know what? We gonna get this thing together. Y'all gonna stop doing what y'all doing. And what happened? They had to kill him. Huh? And then all of a sudden, they wanted to change the names of Hoover or whatever the case may be after this movie. Y'all been knew about that. This is in your files. See, we keep celebrating when they keep trying to entertain us. I'm still on it, y'all. I'm still on it. I know sometimes I go off, but guess what, man? These people are lying to us. They've been lying to us. They're going to continue to lie to us. And guess what? We need to stop participating with the lie. I don't want no black person to sit there with no sticker that says I voted when it's time to vote again. Why? Biden is single-handedly handing this back to the Republicans. When he do his next 2 years, guess who's coming back? The orange one. And when the orange one comes back, guess what? It's going to be the same thing it was before. Now, y'all keep up with me? Remember what I told you. When the Democrats come in, they start messing stuff up. They start fighting each other. They start getting organized. And then guess what happens? Then the Republicans come in and start talking junk and say, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. We're here to save you. Did they save us when Obama went out and Trump came in? So now, if they didn't save us then, so now that they're playing the game again. Oh, Biden is the worst. He's just, he's just no good. He's senile. He's old. So are the people that's talking about him. And then what happens, y'all? We're going to get the orange one back. Once we get the orange one back, guess what? Same thing that happened before. He's going to make sure the rich people, you understand what I'm saying, get richer. And he's going to make sure that they keep riding off the backs of the working man. Black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. Huh? We are getting ready to go in a circle. And somewhere in here, we need to stop it. Now, if they're going to do what they want to do, I don't care. But you know what? You're not going to sit here and have me participating looking like a dumbass. Now, I'm sitting here now talking about, yeah, I voted. Yeah, I voted. Oh, dang, I done lost again. I voted. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, man, they passed another thing again. Man, they don't understand. We say this dumbest things. We say they don't understand. If they would just work together. Oh my God. When are we going to stop saying that? When are we going to stop saying that? When are we going to say that these people are lying to us and they are not looking out for our best interest? Now, I got off what I was getting ready to say before because of my hatred to my very soul for those liars. And even the ones that are running for offices now are liars. Now, they said that, I think I did. I'm going to get on it again. They said we are working, they want to work us till we're 67 right now. From 1960 on up, we have to work till 67. And they said within a year or two, it may go up to 70. Who told them that everybody's getting healthier now? So that means they want to work longer. I just would like to talk to the people that told them that. Nobody wants to work longer in a physical labor job. That's the problem. People that may sit down, people that may have an easier time, there should be a separation of this. A person will not work at a physical job until they're old. They will not. Especially now, if a job is for 20-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? But the demand that they're making, and then all of a sudden, you got people that are in their 50s. You understand? You know what I mean? Because I'll tell you right now, at my job, we do physical labor. And sometimes I got to get out there and still do it. And I thank God, man, I can still pick up these rings and throw these boulders. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? I can't do that forever. And they're saying, oh, you're staying healthier longer and you should be able to work longer. Don't you love us? What, please, will you die now? I would appreciate it. And the next people that think just like you, I want them to die too. I want everybody to die until eventually it stops being, well, this is not working till they're 80. It makes no sense, y'all. It just doesn't. That we are not seeing these lying bastards. We got to stop participating in this because guess what? They're gonna do it anyway. That's another part of indoctrination. Every time you say you're not going to vote, well, you're not going to be able to stop them. Guess what? I haven't stopped them yet. Have I stopped anything yet? Have you stopped it? No, you didn't. Everybody that voted for, old ass Biden, you didn't stop anything. You're being screwed right now. He's talking good, kumbaya, my Lord, and all that other BS. Old Catholic, he need to get his ass out of there. He's too soft. Sanctions. I'm going to keep doing sanctions. And guess who? Guess what? It's making it harder on us. I'm going to keep doing sanctions. He could do sanctions. Guess what? It don't hurt him. When they do sanctions, it hurt us. And then we sitting up in here, well, I guess if it's for Ukraine, I don't give 2 cents about no Ukraine. Is Ukraine concerned about Africa? Just a question. Has Ukraine said anything about the treatment of Black Americans in America? And it's funny, it's everywhere. And they have money. But that man is tearing that thing up. No. To me, y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. NATO's a joke. That dude is sitting here selling wolf tickets and they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to help them, y'all. They're just letting them get killed and destroyed. And he's keep going to the head NATO dude. And the NATO dude's just like, well, this takes time. I understand the impatience. You know what? Shut up. Get out of my face. You know what? I be telling y'all. We be thinking this in the United States. The whole world is like these sorry sons of... Oh, I don't know if I hit my sign to say I can use explicit. I don't care. This is my Spreaker. If I offend, I offend. And anybody who wants to come get it, it's enough to go around. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of just seeing people saying register for nothing to change. If I'm going to vote, I'm going to vote for there to be a change. I'm not going to just vote to be voting. Is it the right? Yeah, that's just it. Just the right. Okay? There was a conversation I saw on, I forgot what it, no, wait a minute. There's something else. I don't want to go to that one yet. uh, group that's on YouTube. It's Prophet Muscle. They share bits and pieces of, you know, screen, different people saying things and stuff like that, having different conversations. Now, Nicki Minaj asked Coi Leray, y'all probably seen that, said, is she a lesbian? She said no. She said, but I have done that, like I said, I didn't put the explicit on, so I can't, unless I do that, I might say a few words, but out of anger, please accept my offense. But she asked, Coi Leray, did you, have, and she was like, well, yeah, I did it with a woman one time, but I found out that wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I like a man. I want to be with a man, whatever the case. And Minaj asked her, was like, you know what I'm saying? Well, what about young M.A.? She whatever. And then she, said it. And then they stopped it. Now, the thing is, and I don't like the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. I don't like him. Any black man that says there's no racism in America, I have no time for. But he said something, and actually, Nicki Minaj was doing it. She told her that she would, prefer a man. And she was like, well, what about this? Well, what about that? You understand what I'm saying? And that's when it's like, okay, you shouldn't be doing that. If she told you what her choice is, then you leave it at that. Now, I'm going to leave it there. If that you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? If that's your preference, that's your preference. I shouldn't be trying to, if I enjoy something, then I shouldn't be trying to get you to get in. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just wrong when it comes to that. And that's really the big argument what they talk about with these books and stuff like that. Because if a child does not know or trying to find out, and the child shouldn't be doing that. They should be waiting until they're, you know what I'm saying? But, like I said, we got elementary school children talking about I'm gay and all this other stuff. And like I said, it's being around and all this other stuff. And it's that, to me, was inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to understand something. And I'll keep it all the way. There are platforms where the sisters are talking like that to each other and, you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's good because the problem came when we were in the 80s it was talked about, but it was behind closed doors. You understand what I'm saying? There was a lot of, things going on, say in the 70s, you know what I'm saying, with free love, free sex. And then they stifled it. And then, you know what I'm saying, we got to the 80s, with the Christians and Christianity and all this stuff. And then kind of like late 80s, Madonna, they started bringing it back. And then the 90s, opened it up. And now, we are where we are now. It shouldn't be stifled. It does need to be talked about. I have no problem. I think it's the one from the radio. She has a thing, radio, a podcast where she talks about different stars and stuff, talk about sex and stuff like that, and they have that right. And I was just gonna say with that, I disagree because that's not right. You know what I'm saying? They have a preference. You need to respect that preference. Move on. That's with anybody. Now, I know y'all heard this situation. They were talking about the Black Lives Matter, and they brought a mansion or something like that. They caught them with a man. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, if that's true or, that is, facts or whatever the case may be. But everybody that knows the history, of, Black Lives Matter is like anything else. Caucasian people financed it. They came up and then they give it to the sisters, and the sisters, you know what I'm saying, which are, as they say, lesbian sisters is running it. And you know what I'm saying? You got so many people. And now, as usual, like I said before, when black people have a problem, we need to talk to each other about it. We do not need to put it on blast and put it on the news, because that right there stops the movement of unity. When that gets on the radio like that, the radio, or I'm pretty sure they, it's gossip or whatever the case may be, it gets put out there, and now the stigma of us never getting together. Remember what I said, y'all. 10 people that make what the Kirk dog make, we can live like Diddy. But that, when they do stuff like that, people shy away. Nope, I'm not, nope. Now it's like, nope, I'm not making no more donations. I'm not doing this, because they said, what, a $6 million mansion or something like that, whatever the case may be. And I just can't stand when that happens, because that just keeps us further apart. Now, a lot of people did support that. I wasn't one for that once I found out, what the history was and who was running it. And then I said, nope, I'm not going to, give that no support like that. And just like I was talking to, my daughter about that. Now, my wife and my daughter, I think, and we were talking. I said how they use us as always the front. We're always in front of them. When it came to the gay movement and lesbian or whatever the case may be, it's always black women, black men. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all heard me talk one time. I said one time they were doing the male cheerleaders, the gay male cheerleaders, and I was like, good God, why's all the brothers got to be sitting up there flaming like crazy? I said, aren't there Caucasian gay people too? You understand what I'm saying? And then I was talking about the USAA commercial, and they had a sister that was lesbian, and she was acting like a man. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why? Why? You see where I'm coming from, y'all? They use us. They use us to put it out there. And what happens? We jump on it, then we run amok. And then guess what? They just sitting back, making money. And guess what? They done started the movement. We got to wake up to what they doing, y'all. We got to start telling them, nope. Just because I need some money, nope, I'm not doing it. Oh, we offer you this, nope. They'll find somebody to do it. Don't get me wrong. But not me. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get to the point, man, where we are not participating with these movements that they be making up, and then we act like it was us. I remember, and I'm going to go to my last subject. I remember when I was young, I was in the youth NAACP. Kept me out of a lot of trouble. And because they continuously gave me information. That's one thing that's good about the NAACP. You want to know about where you're from? They will give you the information that you need and give you your history. That's one thing they will do. When I was going to when I was going to the conventions, and I was going, doing so much, like every weekend, you know what I'm saying? We were doing youth things that were keeping us busy, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. And I got to meet so many people, man. I'm telling you, great people. I got to, I said this some time ago, and I always say this, man. I got an opportunity to kiss Rosa Parks on the cheek, to hug her. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Y'all don't understand. I mean, because Baltimore's the mecca of the NAACP. So, you got the opportunity. You sitting in the room, man, with all these people. Come on, dog. You don't even understand. Reggie Jackson. Not Reggie Jackson, I'm sorry. Jesse Jackson. Yep, Reggie Jackson too. Dr. J. He was a speaker at Morgan State. You know what I'm saying? It was an NAACP situation. Man, you walking in the halls and you know what I'm saying? Great people just sitting there like either getting some water or going to the bathroom. And you was like, oh my God, no way. Because like I said, it was the Mecca. But I remember we had a conversation one time, and when it seemed as if our leaders were saying some things about Caucasian people that they weren't happy about. And I heard one of my friends say, that's wrong, because we know that Caucasian people started financing NAACP in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So they would, they felt, and this is something that we said to ourselves, but I was sitting there, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not where I am now. And we went through the whole thing amongst ourselves talking about it and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And then, you find out there were some Caucasian people that did help the movement back then, and a lot of them lost their lives. You know what I'm saying? For helping. But with the NAACP, for all my people out there that have grandchildren and have children, and if you don't have the history, or you may not know, or you need to expose them to that. I said this before, y'all. I'm gonna move on. We don't need critical race theory in school systems. We need to be teaching our children critical race theory. We need to be teaching it to them ourselves. That's why you see them jumping up now, doing all these, Florida, all them Republican states, they are doing the best they can because they want you to believe the lie that they are not the same way now they were then. Because once they hear it, they're going to connect the dots. That's why those sorry bastards say you are just trying to make these children hate their country. Why would they do that if you changed over the years? Let me move on. Now, Omar Epps and Big Daddy Kane, they was on YouTube. They were having a talk, and they were talking about, you know what I'm saying, some pretty good subjects, and they were talking about, how Big Daddy Kane was, and how Omar Epps came, was talking about how, we need to bridge the gap with our young people. We need to bridge the gap with our young people because right now they're running amok. He said something, man, that was just true indeed. He said he hate to see everybody going after this goal, and it's like they're a bunch of rats going for one piece of cheese, and there's enough to go around. You understand what I'm saying? It's the disunity. It's the fighting each other. It's all of that. And he said, when we get together and take care of ourselves, our situation will change. And the worst part is, do you know how long we've been saying that? I can say this here to 4 people. And if those 4 people don't share it, I'll just be saying it to the 4 people for so many years. This is not just for me. It's not for you. It's for everybody. We got to start looking at this thing differently, y'all. If we keep looking at it with the same eyes, what you say, our ancestors. Stop telling me that our ancestors, you've been talking to the ancestors, because they're going to tell you themselves that voting was a lie. There's no way that they leave here and then still be getting lied to. No. I can't believe that. We are not unified, y'all. And we get unified. We have to stop so much of the influence of the church on our communities, y'all. We got to stop so much of the influence of the church on our communities. Remember what I said, and I'm going to always say this, that is a large part of our dysfunction as a people in the black community. Is the black church. Is the church. Half the mess that we believe, half the stuff that we do, stuff that we try to make sense of, that's why they told you can't mix common sense and faith. If you just go off of faith, you'll be like, oh man, and you just skip right over common sense. And then when common sense smack you in the face, well, I guess I should have been paying attention, because they keep trying to get us to focus on faith. And we're not seeing right under our noses when they are indoctrinating us with what they want. Not with our relationship and how we're supposed to know God, with what the movement of the house that you are a member of at the time. We need some unity, y'all. But as you hear me say, It's not going to be the government, and it's not going to be the church. If it was, we wouldn't be here right now, would we? Everybody, I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to keep getting into these conversations. Anybody want to chat? Anybody want to get in on this? Please let me know. I have the feature. You understand what I'm saying? On my Spreaker. Spreaker's the bomb. People that want to do this, hey, you want to get on this Spreaker? Guess what? They give you 15 minutes free to say whatever you want without having to pay until you find what you want to. You understand what I'm saying? You got a voice, you need to use it. You need to stop being scared. Share it. Everybody ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't going to be with you. They might stay with you for the first few, and then guess what? After a little bit, man, they're going to move on. Because you're not supposed to keep talking to the same people forever. Like I said, when I send it to y'all, send it everywhere. Share it. Somebody's not going to like what I say. Somebody's going to be wanting to beef. Some people going to be like, you know what, bro? You want to come speak? We will need to talk about this. Because we're getting ready to, and right here, right now, I think we're getting ready to get into the mayor, Fayetteville, but I'm in Hope Mills, I think it's the same thing, and all these other offices. And if you follow any one of them, they want to promise you right now, and then you are not going to get what they promised you. Everybody, I want to thank you for joining me on today. And I want y'all to have a blessed week. I want y'all to look at it differently. I want us to fight the indoctrination. Everybody, God bless.
So